We already have several baigan recipes: baigan choka, baigan with tomatoes and potatoes. We have curry baigan and aloo. We have curry chana with baigan. And today I'm sharing curry baigan with Eddoes because some of you said it's very delicious. So we are going to try that variation today. And if you wish to see any more baigan or eggplant variations on this channel, please leave the suggestion below. Today we're using a medium-sized globe eggplant, about 2 pounds. We will peel and cut or chop. The next main ingredient is Eddoes, and these are the small Eddoes. You can also use yautía in this recipe. About 1 pound. Simple seasonings include green seasoning, chopped bandania, onion, hot pepper to taste, minced garlic. If your green seasoning contains enough garlic, you don't have to add additional, but I love extra garlic in my curry. And curry leaves, which are optional if you can find it. Look for it in an Asian, Indian, or West Indian supermarket or Caribbean grocer. Curry powder. This is about 2 tablespoons. I don't want a very heavy curry today. Extra virgin olive oil. I try not to use vegetable oil or canola oil in my cooking. Ground roasted cumin, also known as jeera. And this is panch phoron, a blend of 5 spices. I've used it before in my videos. When buying eggplant, make sure it's a firm eggplant. I've had this for a week and I really need to use it up now. You see it's becoming brown and dented. Any longer and it will go extinct. Just cut the top off. My mom said to leave some of the skin on, but I don't know if that's something I will like in this recipe. So I'll just peel this off. You can alternate the skin if you wish, like my mom said. Like this. Just leave a little on there. And peel. Use a small paring knife or a potato peeler. Next I'll show you how to chop it. Chop into small pieces, thin pieces, so it'll cook quickly. And remember, as I said in my last video, if there are too many seeds or the seeds are thick and dark or the patches are thick and dark, just remove the seeds as to reduce the bitterness. If the eggplant is beginning to oxidize or turn dark, you can keep it submerged in water, but I'm going to try to move very quickly so I don't have to do that. I've also cut my finger, so I'm going to try to look for a band-aid and continue. Wash my hands and continue. I'm now bandaged up and bleeding is contained and my hands are all rinsed. Peel the Eddoes. Being very careful, no more cuts today. I just sharpened that knife, which is why it just touched my finger, but it was so sharp. It's difficult when I'm filming. I look at the camera and not directly at the food, which causes injuries. So I'll just peel this quickly. We have baigan oxidizing in the back there, but I will not rush. Take your time and hurry up, as I always say. So I'll repeat and I'll see you in a couple of minutes. And I use just a little over a pound because I know with my impatient peeling skills, I'm going to lose a little extra than a normal patient person would retain or remain with. Eddoes. And remember, I make the mistake so you don't have to. Now if you rinse this, you'll have to dry it before chopping it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to chop it while it still has some texture on it and it's not as slippery. And just chop it now and I'll rinse it later. If you want large chunks in your baigan and Eddoes, just cut it in quarters if they're small. Or you could cut it thin if you just want like not so chunky texture, or you want it to melt out in the dish. I'm not sure what I want, but we'll maneuver in a few minutes. I'm just cutting it into quarters. So it will have still a little texture, hopefully. But this melts quickly, so you never know what's going to happen. Give this a quick rinse and I'll be right back. And there you go. And now we have all the prep completed. Let's start cooking. Medium 5-quart pot over high heat to bring it to temperature. Oil in, about 4 tablespoons. Followed by the pouring. Cook that for a minute. Followed by the onion slices and hot pepper. You'll cook until the edges are brown. Now I'll add in the curry leaves. You can add it along with the onion in the beginning. The heat is still on high. Keep in mind that my house is very cold. We're in the middle of winter and it's flurrying outside. If you're in a hot temperature, you may have to cook it on medium. If you're cooking on a larger stove, you may have to, or an outdoor stove, cook it on low. The edges of the onion are brown. It's almost caramelized. This kitchen smells heavenly. Vibrant curry powder. In. A touch of turmeric, just a little tiny bit. Adding in the garlic and the green seasoning. And half of the chopped bandanya. Stir so it doesn't burn. Very fragrant. Spicy and nicey. Add in some water to cook the curry. Cook until it's grainy and fragrant, a couple of minutes, stirring continuously so that it doesn't stick to the bottom of the pot. You want to also develop the flavor of the curry. Caramelized onion will add a natural sweetness and base to the dish. If you're adding salted cod or saltfish to this dish, you would add it now. But make sure to prep it before you add it. You have to boil it to remove all the excess saltiness and just add it in here. But I'm not adding saltfish today. When I cook vegetarian or vegan food, I like to keep it vegetarian or vegan. It's a good opportunity for me to exercise some discipline and some form of fasting from meat or fish. The curry has separated from the oil. It's become grainy and it's beginning to stick. That's a good indication that it's time to stir in the eddoes. I'll stir and cook it for a couple of minutes, allowing it to bunjing in that curry paste, curry base. Keep stirring. Scrape down the sides of the pot. Very aromatic. While I'm waiting for that to cook, I'm going to sprinkle on some thyme leaves. Just a tablespoon. Removing those sticks. Cook the eddoes on low. And I'll also stir in some salt. Yeah, add it later on if you wish, but as I have some time, I like to maximize the use of my time. I use my time efficiently. Less stirring later on. Maybe a little less. It's beginning to stick. I'll add in the eggplant. A little bit of water if it's beginning to stick at the bottom there. And you can't wait for the eggplant to start releasing its liquid. I just take an extra long time to get to the next step because of the camera. So you may not have to do that. But if it's sticking at any point, you see there's a lot of sticking going on there. Just add a little bit of water, hot water, to dislodge that whatever sediments, whatever's at the base there. So give it a good mix. Take your time, do it right, mix well. Apologize for the scraping, but this is an essential part of cooking. Gotta get everything at the bottom there. If you're not scraping, if you're not making noise, you're not doing it right. See? All that is flavor. Alright, I'll see you back in a couple of minutes. Keep stirring until the base of the pot is clean. See how quickly that became clean? Then I'll cover and allow it to release its natural juices. Once that natural juices has evaporated, or it's beginning to evaporate, I will stir in some hot water, so get the hot water ready. Reduce the heat to low to give it a little chance. We have the door open for the curry to escape. Leo has jumped into his heated bed because he's having none of that BS. And the liquid has evaporated. I'll start with, let's see, 1.5 cups. Get everything at the base. Sticking is not acceptable at this point, or any point. Scrape it up. Gauge whether you need more liquid, how saucy you like it. Some of us like it saucy. So that's 2 cups right there. I'm going to stir. Scrape down the sides. I think that needs a little more liquid. Add in the remainder of the chop bandania. You can add scallions if you don't have culantro or bandania. Shadow benny. A teaspoon of ground roasted cumin for depth, smokiness, extra flavor. Stir. Let me add more water. I have raised the heat to high. This is a 1/2 cup. I want this to cook down for another 15 minutes. Hi, Bixby. Hi, Bixby. So I've set the timer for 30 minutes. It's been cooking for about 15 minutes.
I didn't understand that.
Okay, that's all right, Bixby. You don't have to understand at this point. You don't understand what I'm saying. I'm going to add, so that's a total of 3 cups. Raise the heat to high, let it boil, and we'll cook it until this Eddoes no longer has sharp edges. The sauce has thickened, the eggplant has melted nicely, and we're quite satisfied with whatever is happening here with flavor, appearance, texture. Continue to cook. 4 cups. Adding a teaspoon of salt, add per your preference. And this will make about 8 to 10 servings because I would only eat like this much. So keep that in mind. If you don't have a lot of people in your house, have this recipe. Or you could cook it and put it in the freezer for later on next week, a month from now. Salt, 1 more teaspoon of salt for a total of 4 teaspoons. 1 more teaspoon of jeera for a total of 2 teaspoons. You season it to your liking. This is how I like it. Continue to cook. Hi, Bixby, dismiss timer.
Your timer 1 has been dismissed.
The Baigan and Eddoes. I hope I didn't say Baigan and Aloo earlier on out of habit. The Baigan and Eddoes have been cooking for about 30 minutes since we set the timer. Added 4 to 5 cups of water, 4 to 5 teaspoons salt total. I did add 1 chopped scallion while we were not looking. And I also forgot to add 1 tomato, which it would have benefited from that tomato, but it's still very delicious. Those are optional ingredients. If you have it, use it. And I will update the printable recipe with those adjustments, just in case you want maximum flavor. And this is it. The Baigan has broken down nicely. You're still seeing chunks because of the skin. It's making it more pronounced, but if you not have that skin there, it would look a little more smooth. The Eddoes are still intact in shape. Some the edges have dissolved a little bit into the Baigan and Eddoes, making it very delicious. harmonizing those flavors. And if you love Baigan and Aloo, you're definitely going to love curry Baigan and Eddoes. So give it a try. Enjoy it with dosti roti, paratha. Dhalpuri would be nice, and curry shrimp on the side. Maybe curry chicken on the side. Maybe a little bit of pumpkin tal curry. You can enjoy it with rice if you so desire. Sada roti. Aloo roti, no, because you already have Eddoes. That's going to be too high starch. But if you like it, do it. Or fried bake, anything you can dip and scoop. So that's it. I hope you've enjoyed being in the kitchen with me today, and I hope you've learned something new. If you have, please like, share, leave a lovely comment below, and subscribe if you wish to see more. Until next time, stay safe, be well, cook, share, love, and enjoy. Bye-bye. Yummy, so delicious, so healthy.